What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Now, I really didn't want to do this video on this topic because it's really a tragic story, and I don't want to shed any more light on the killer and everything. But we're talking about Charlie Kirk, if you didn't know already. But I didn't want to make too much light over the killer, and it's a sad story, and I don't want to involve myself too much because it's one of those things where everybody and their dog has made at least one video. A lot of them are making tons of videos on it, and it's a good talking point. It's a good click getter. So I know there's people that are making a lot of money on this whole deal, selling merch and YouTube with all the clicks and stuff. And I didn't really want to get involved in that. I don't want to make a whole lot of profit off of somebody's murder. I am monetizing this video, but I'm not anticipating a ton. And this is the only video I'm going to do on it. I'm not going to just do it for profit and I don't think a lot of people are doing it for profit, but they're making video after video after video after video. So, they're doing pretty well financially off this story. And they do that off big stories. And I try to too. I'm not going to say I don't, but this is just one of those stories where it's I really didn't want to make this video. And I'm not going to sit here and bore you with all the facts, because that's, like I said, everybody and their dog is out there giving you facts and giving their, all this, all the conspiracies that are going on out there. And there's a few things that I question, but it's not a lot. And again, that's not why I'm here, but they say how the gun get there, because you don't see it in his hand when he's jumping off the building, and little to no security. Why was there no security? And how come there was no ambulance? Because having an ambulance there could have definitely helped potentially save his life. But that's, again, that's all the conspiracies. There's so much more conspiracies and so much more facts coming out that I'm not going to sit here and try and bore you with all of those, because the facts I know are the facts you already know. So I wouldn't be, but I'm just more here to talk about just kind of give my opinions and my take on the whole ordeal. And one thing that really gets to me is these people that are celebrating this, that are cheering it and celebrating it, and yay, he's dead, yay, we got him, yay, finally we, like y'all on the left are supposed to be the tolerant ones. And that's where I'm getting at. You're supposed to be the ones that are trying to push for unity. I don't think killing somebody because they have a different opinion than you, or because they say words that you don't like, is a way to show unity. You expect us to come and just join your side, and that's what you consider unity. Unity is the ability to work together and basically agree to disagree, kind of thing. Okay, we disagree. Cool. And we're both cool with it, but no. You on the left, if we don't agree with exactly how you see things, then you're willing to do anything up to and including murder somebody. And those that do celebrate things like this, and I'm not even talking about just like Charlie Kirk or the Republican side or the conservative activity. I don't care if it's Obama or if it's Biden or if it's Clinton's or whatever. If you shouldn't be celebrating it. We wouldn't be celebrating it. So if you're going to celebrate the murder of somebody, you are 100% the problem with what's going on in this world. The problem. You're not part of the problem. You are the problem. And that's it. And like I said, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle it is, what side of the coin it is. It's if it's Obama, if it's Biden, if it's Trump, if it's Kirk, or if it's whatever, murder is not an answer. And this isn't just an attack on Charlie Kirk. Yeah, you got Charlie Kirk. But really what this is, it's an attack on the First Amendment. You're attacking the Constitution of the United States, which again, y'all on the left are supposed to be the ones that are fighting for the constitutions, like we on the right are the ones that are trying to take the Constitution away. Like we're the unconstitutional party. But yet you're the ones that are trying to take our First Amendment. You're trying to take our Second Amendment. You just burn down the whole Constitution if you could, and just make a new rules however you want it. But like I said, this is attack on the First Amendment. This isn't an attack on just Charlie Kirk. And the problem is, well, not the problem. I mean, you can silence the man, but you're never going to be able to silence the movement or end the mission. I think you're just making I think this kind of backfired on you. Yeah, you got rid of the mouthpiece for now, but people have been getting fired for their jobs for celebrating it. They've been losing support on the left in droves, millions of people. Maybe not millions, but I don't know the exact number, but there's been a lot of people come on and say, man, I can't vote that way anymore. These guys are insane. These guys are crazy. It's ridiculous that people would celebrate this. And now the movement's getting even bigger. Now people are talking about it. And that's what I think is good about all these people that are making videos and videos and videos. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're profiting off of it. But we don't need this story to die, because you know what's going to happen with the media. They're going to let it slip under the rug and be forgotten about, just like the Thomas Crooks thing with the Donald Trump attempted assassination. There's still answers we have to get on that. There's still unanswered questions there that we're trying to get. So, and this is going to be the same thing. So I appreciate those that are keeping the story alive, because we don't need to forget about it. But I just don't want to participate in the profiting off of it, because a lot of people, they think you're just out there to make money. YouTubers are out there to make money, but stories like this, it's like, I don't know what to say, but I mean, there was a place just down the street from in another city over where I used to live that, like, it was within a day or two later, they had on Facebook showing t-shirts about Charlie Kirk, and it wasn't a bad one. It was good ones. They were like the Freedom shirt and the I am Charlie Kirk and stuff, but they were selling them to make a profit. Like some of them I see all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds are going to the Kirk family. That's different. You're donating your help, going to help them instead of helping yourself over this, because you're making merch, you're making shirts, I am Charlie, or we are Charlie, or the Freedom shirt that he died. I get it. That's cool, but you're selling it for a profit. You're trying to make a profit off of something that happened horribly. And that doesn't help the cause either. If you want to help the cause, speak out. And I get it. His family, he was pretty well off financially. So really, financially, they probably don't need the help, because they were pretty well off. But that's not the point. The point is they're helping the organization, they're helping the family, they're helping. If you're doing it for that reason, that's cool. But if not, you're just making money. And that's why I'm probably only doing this one video. Yeah, it's monetized because, but I'm not expecting to make a ton of money off of this. But basically, any murder like this, especially, says an act of terrorism. And it's also kind of a declaration of war. It's like you've basically declared war on a large group of people that are starting to get sick and tired of all this mess that you guys are doing. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. You can call me whatever you want, but there's been a lot of people from the left, trans people particularly, that have been doing a lot of school shootings. And this one, there's been some details come out that he was part of that community. He may not be trans himself, but he was dating somebody that was trans apparently. But again, not fact. I'm not getting into the facts, but that's just so it's the left side that's doing it. They've been trying to say that it's the right. He was a Trump activist. Well, no, he wasn't a Trump activist. He wasn't a Trump voter. He wasn't a Trump supporter. But anyway, yeah, this is an act of war, pretty much. It's basically a declaration of war, and there's a lot of people that are at least they're saying that they're not putting up with it, whether they do or not, whether they do something about it or not. I'm not declaring. Well, I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and fight. If the fight comes to me, I'm willing to do it. I'll do whatever I have to do, but I'm not necessarily, oh yeah, come on. You know, I'm not one of those big bad boys, but if you're going to say you're going to do something, do it. If you're going to stand up and fight, stand up and fight. But we're getting sick of it, you know, but basically, like I've been saying all along, we are in a civil war. We've been in a civil war for quite a few years now. It's just getting hotter and hotter. It hasn't been hot yet. It's been a cold civil war, but the more of this type of thing goes on, it's eventually going to get hot, and it's just going to be bullets flying both ways. And unfortunately, good people from both sides are going to die if it goes that way. You know, first it's Charlie Kirk, and then it's going to be somebody else, and then that side is going to retaliate and take someone on your side out, and then it's just going to go back and forth eventually, and then it's just going to be a bloodbath. And that's not what we're fighting. That's not what we want. We don't want this to get violent. Which is the other thing is when George Floyd died, and I don't care what you think about George Floyd. I don't care if you say he was murdered, say he wasn't murdered. The point is, when George Floyd died, there was rioting in the streets, cities burning down, you know, police cars being overthrown, whole cities being taken over. When Charlie Kirk gets killed, we have vigils. And there's people coming in there and attacking the vigils, coming through, running scooters through, running over people. And it's like, who's the violent ones again? Who's the ones that are hateful again? It's not the ones on the right. I don't care what you say. You can say it all you want to, but when you open your eyeballs and actually look, it's not the people on the right. It's not the right. It's the left. It's the left liberals and that doesn't go for every single one of you, but just as a whole, as a big picture, it's the liberals. It's not the conservative. It's not the right. The right's not. They're not out there attacking people for having a different opinion. They're not out there running over people that are out there trying to protest or trying to, for whatever reason. It's not the right, it's the left. The left is the one that's full of freaking hate, and it's getting annoying, and we are getting sick of it. So take that as you will. Anyway, that's kind of my take. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. I just want to give my take because I haven't been on here yet. I've been doing other stuff with my videos for the month, so I was kind of didn't want to come on too much. So I've been putting videos on for other topics. But anyway, that's what I got to say about this whole deal. If you're gonna celebrate it, you're the problem, and you need to seek help. And if you're going to keep doing this, you're eventually, bullets are going to come back at you. You know, you tried taking out Trump. You took out a few others. Or tried to, and all these school shootings lately that have been from the left, radical left, brainwashed trans people or whatever. Lately, they've been a lot of those. They're not all that. I'm not saying they all are, but they've been a lot lately, and it just baffles me how some people's hatred for one person that most likely they've never even ever met can consume their whole existence and bring so much hate towards everybody that even remotely supports that person that you hate, that you're willing to kill people over. And again, that doesn't go for everybody, but it is what I just say it like I see it. But anyway, that's the video for today. I appreciate you. I love you. If you're still here and listening, do the YouTube stuff. There's like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. I don't have to remind you how to go and hit the subscribe button. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. Links below if you feel like supporting the channel in any way. Anyway, again, appreciate you. Love you. See you in the next one.